Hello everyone, my name is Mehruba, and today, together with Leah, I would like to present smart cold storage that we have developed keeping the universal design concept in mind. So let's begin. Why are we designing a fridge? Well, we all have a fridge in our home and we are familiar with the product. So let's begin with what we have in the market. In today's market, consumer brands are developing technologies to keep the food fresh for a longer time. And not just that, we can also use smartphones to see what we have in the fridge. And also in the doors, you can order groceries when you run out of food. When we buy a fridge, we also get a manual where we can see where to store what kind of food, because different temperature zone is optimum for a particular food. So we get to see what to store in the doors, in the crispers. So when we have all this mechanism and technological advancement, then why are we still storing like this? Can we relate to these images? Like, can we see what is inside the freezer or what has been there? So we have studied and we came to this conclusion that in the statistics it says in Tallinn, almost 71% of the food waste comes from home, and it's surprising that the cause is disorganized fridge, where 43% is rotten and 24% is expired. So it's certain that we need to rethink the design of the refrigerator, and the reason why the existing design have failed to organize the fridge is because they could not change the human behavior. Human behavior is difficult to change, and it is necessary for us to reduce the working memory of the humans and also to facilitate the activity. So who are suffering the most? They are the elderly, because they're living away from the city and they stock up more food. Their adult children come in the weekend to and bring more food, and as they age, their smell and taste buds kind of reduces, and they have weak immune system, which causes more foodborne illnesses. So it's important for us to keep the food fresh for them. When we observed the elderlies, we saw that even the simplest of things, they need to write it down to remember. So while we designed, we kept them in our mind to make sure that the design is not technologically advanced and that they can adapt to our system well. So before we move on to showing what we have designed in our concept, I would like to focus on the two problems that we are looking forward to, which is forgetting food. It happens because of the visibility that we don't get from the fridge, and also incorrect temperature, because we have observed that people do not follow an order while they're storing the food. So now Leah would take from here to explain our concept.
So this is the design of our solution. It is a curved cold storage with a sliding door and a drawer. It has 5 different compartments with different temperature zones, which create optimum conditions for different kind of food which is needed. It is the way to really prolong the freshness of different kind of products. And all the compartments can be rearranged by your current needs. So if you're a person who does not store, for example, fresh meat in your fridge, you can easily rearrange it for fruits, for example. The design is done in a way that it has a round shape inside the product and a square shape in the back of the fridge. It creates a possibility to fit it actually in all kitchens. If you open a door of today's fridge, this is something you will see. But can you really see what's inside of it? Imagine a fridge with no deep corners. Maybe it would look something like this. We are using rotating shelves to give you visibility throughout the fridge. And now you can really see and understand what you have there, and maybe you will not forget things anymore. The other problem we would like to solve is that people are not following any order or design how to store food properly in optimum conditions. So we are guiding them through light. We are going to have a camera in top of the door, which is using visual recognition technology. And if you're adding new items to the fridge, it will recognize or detect the product and guide you where the optimum conditions for this kind of food is. So you're keeping the food longer naturally. The third feature we are going to add is the reminder. You can easily start planning your meals, and all the shelves are going to have touch-sensitive edges where you can set the timer for your food. So if you're planning to eat something on Saturday, or you want to eat it before Saturday, you can easily set the timer for it. And it will remind you by bringing the food in front of you. So this is the way the shelf will rotate. Today will always be in front of you. The shelf is also following the expiry dates, so it will remind you about food which needs to be eaten as soon as possible, so you're going to reduce the food waste in your fridge. As well, the fridge will learn your behavior and start recommending you items that you use on certain times. For example, if you're storing your medicine in your fridge and you're using it like on certain time or after a meal, the fridge will start to know it and recommend it for you, so you wouldn't miss it. So to conclude, this is our solution. The main functionalities are rotating shelves, which gives you an overview about what you're storing inside, optimum temperature and guiding through light to let you know how to do it, and also a reminder to really reduce the food waste and know what you have inside. And we feel that design is simple enough to use for everyone and does not need any adaptation. Thank you.
Thank you.